ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಇದು ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 2. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸೆಷನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ ಬೈ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಈ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ 2 ಅಥವಾ 3 ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ when you consider the simultaneous linear equation, we are consider the system of equations a1x plus b1y plus c1z is equal to d1, a2x plus b2y plus c2z is equal to d2, a3x plus b3y plus c3z is equal to d3. ಹೀಗೆ ನಾವು 3 ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವುದು xyz ನ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ಈ 3 ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ xyz ಆರ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಈಕ್ವೇಷನ್ಸ್, we have to do this. We are getting this solution by matrix method. ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ ಈಗ ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Before that, now let's try to understand what is consistent system. Consistent system ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು and inconsistent system ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. A system of equation is said to be consistent if its solution exists. Solution ಅಂದ್ರೆ one or more exists. Inconsistent system ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ if the solution does not exist. Consistent system is when the solution exists. The inconsistent system means if its solution does not exist. So then now write the concept. A system of equation is said to be inconsistent if its solution does not exist. ಈಗ based on this, now let's try to understand how to get the solution by the matrix method. So now in this equation the coefficients of xyz are a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2, a3 b3 c3. The constants are d1 d2 and d3. Now the system of equations, let us take a as the coefficients of xyz, a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2, A3, B3, C3. This is matrix of the coefficients of matrix of coefficients of x, y and z. So now what are the unknowns here that we need to find out? X, y, z. Let's take that matrix as a column matrix x, y, z. It is matrix of unknowns. Now let us take B as a column matrix D1, D2, D3. It is a matrix of constant for the simultaneous equation. It is the matrix of constants. So now we have denoted A as matrix of coefficients, X as matrix of unknown and B as matrix of constants. Now the system of equation can be written as the system of equation, then the system of equation can be written as we can write this simultaneous linear equation using the matrix multiplication A1 B1 C1, A2 B2 C2, A3 B3 C3 into multiplied with the matrix of unknowns x, y, z, and that is equal to matrix of constants D1, D2, D3. So when you multiply these two matrices, we are having rows multiplied with columns. This is exactly, we have the LHS of the matrix as what? A1x plus B1y plus C1z, first row and the first column. The second row and the second column, that is A2x plus B2y plus C2z. Next A3x plus B3y plus C3z. So this is when you multiply the matrix of the coefficients with the matrix of unknowns, we are getting this. So by equating this matrix with this, we are getting the simultaneous linear equation as A1x plus B1y plus C1z equals D1, A2x plus B2y plus C2z equals D2, A3x plus B3y plus C3z equal to D3. So when you equate the corresponding elements, that is by the equality of matrices. Now the solution of this system of linear equation exists depending upon this matrix of the coefficients A. So case 1, if A is a non-singular matrix, ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ the matrix has an inverse if and only if A is non-singular. So if A is a non-singular matrix, then its inverse exists. By the previous classes, we have learned that the inverse of a matrix exists if and only if A is non-singular. So now let us take this one as A x equals B. So therefore we will take this as Ax is equal to B. Since A is non-singular, its inverse exists. Therefore, I am pre-multiplying this equation with A inverse into Ax is equal to A inverse into B. So, pre-multiplying by A inverse. So, now by the associative property, this result can be written as A inverse into A into X is equal to A inverse B, that is by associative property. Of matrix multiplication. So, A inverse into A is nothing but I, that we know by the inverse property. So, this is because A inverse into A is equal to I. When you multiply any matrix with its inverse, you are getting the identity matrix by the inverse law. When you multiply any matrix with the identity matrix, we are getting the same matrix, that is equal to X is equal to A inverse into B, that is Ix is equal to X only by identity law of matrix multiplication. So, this X is equal to A inverse B provides a unique solution for the given system of linear equation. So, therefore, since inverse of a matrix exists, this matrix equation, that is X is equal to A inverse B, matrix equation X is equal to A inverse B provides unique solution for the given system of equation. So, this is when the A is a non-singular matrix. When it is non-singular means when the determinant of A is not equal to 0. But when case 2, when the A is a singular matrix, when the matrix A is singular matrix, that is when that is determinant of A is equal to 0. In this case, the system of equation may be consistent or inconsistent or may not have a solution. So, therefore, we are calculating, in this case we calculate adjoint of A into B when A is a singular matrix. If adjoint of A into B is not equal to 0, matrix 0 being a 0 matrix, then solution does not exist. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, when the solution of when equation does not exist, the system of equation and the system of equations is called inconsistent. Inconsistent ಅಂದ್ರೆ solution does not exist. if adjoint of A ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಅಡ್ಜಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಇಂಟು ಬಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ 0, then system of equation may be either consistent or inconsistent. Accordingly, if adjoint of A into B is equal to 0, if it is consistent, the system has infinitely many solutions. If it is inconsistent, the system has no solution, andre does not exist. So the system of equation is consistent or inconsistent according as the system of equations have either infinitely many solution or no solution. So andre consistent ಆದಾಗ it may have infinitely many solutions, but inconsistent ಆದಾಗ it may have no solution. ಬಟ್ ಇಡೀ ನಮ್ಮ ಚಾಪ್ಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ಸನ್ನು we have restricted ourselves to the system of linear equations having unique solution only. ಅಂದರೆ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಾವು ಯುನಿಕ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಕೇಸ್ 1, this one only. We are not taking the examples of the case 2 when the matrix A, that is the coefficient of matrix of the coefficients is singular matrix. We are not taking those things under consideration in our syllabus. So we are taking only the system of equations having unique solutions only for our syllabus to get the solution for system of linear equations. So ಈಗ ನಾವು ಇದರ ಮೇಲಿನ ಕೆಲವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಟೇಕ್ ಒನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. solve the following system of equation by matrix method. So taking the equation as 3x minus 2y plus 3z is equal to 8, 2x plus y minus z equals 1, 4x minus 3y plus 2z is equal to 4. This question was asked in June 2016 for 5 marks. Now the answer for this, to find the solution for this system of linear equation, now let us consider the system of equations. You can write ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು equations ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೀಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. System of equations can be written in the form of Ax is equal to b. So where A is matrix of coefficients. What are the coefficients of x, y, z in the given equation? 3, 2, minus 2, 3. So along with sign you have to take 3 minus 2, 3, and in the second equation 2, 1 minus 1, 2, 1 minus 1, In the third equation, 4 minus 3, 2, and taking the matrix of unknown as x, y, z, and matrix of constant as b, constants are given in the equation as 8, 1, 4. Now, we know that the solution of the system of equation is given by x is equal to A inverse b. The solution is given by, we can take it directly, x is equal to A inverse b, where A inverse is the inverse of the matrix. So, where the inverse of A is adjoint of A divided by determinant of A. So, now let us find out the determinant of A first, because if we have to check whether the determinant of A is singular or non-singular. If it is non-singular, the inverse of a matrix exists, then we can find the inverse of A inverse. So, to find the determinant of A, so taking the determinant of this matrix, that is expanding 3 into 1 into 2 is 2, minus 3 into minus 1 is plus 3, and minus of minus 2, because here the term is minus 2, minus 2 into 2 into 2 is 4, minus 4 into minus 1 is minus 4, and plus 3 into 2 into 3 is 6, minus 4. Now that is equal to 3 into 2 minus 3 minus 1 plus minus into minus plus 2 into 4 plus 4 and plus 3 into 6 minus 4 is 2. So here actually this is 2 into minus 3, it is minus 6. This is minus 6. So minus 6 minus 4 is minus 10 here. This is minus 6 minus 4. So we have 3 into 1 is minus 3 plus 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 16, and 3 into minus 10 is minus 30. So that is minus 3 plus 16 minus 30 is minus 17. This is not equal to 0. So A is non-singular. So after taking this determinant of A is non-singular, therefore we conclude that A inverse, hence A inverse exists. This is we have to find out in the beginning. ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬಿಗಿನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ and we have to say that inverse of the matrix exists. Now to find out adjoint of A, so we need to find out the cofactors of all the matrix. That is the cofactor of 3, minus 2, 3, 2, 1, minus 1, 4, minus 3, 2. So let's write this cofactors. So better to write once again, let us write the matrix A as for reference here. So I am writing the matrix once again, that 3 minus 2, 3, and 2, 1, minus 1, and 4, minus 3, 2. So here the adjoint of A, let's take the transpose of the matrix. So we have to write the cofactors of 3 minus 2 3. So taking the sign of the cofactor, it is plus, and determinant of 3 by eliminating the first row and the first column, the remaining element determinant of 1 minus 1 minus 3 2. This is the cofactor of the element 3. So plus and taking minus sign, determinant of, it is the cofactor of minus 2. Therefore, by eliminating the first row and the second column, we are getting the elements as 2 minus 1 4 2, and plus determinant of. So this is, here we have to take the cofactor of 3. Cofactor of 3 is 2 1 4 minus 3. Now first column is, first row is over. Let's take minus determinant of, we have to take cofactor of 2 now. Cofactor of 2 is obtained by eliminating the second row and the first column. So the remaining elements are minus 2 3 and minus 3 2, and this is plus determinant of the cofactor of 1. Cofactor of 1 is, by eliminating the second row and the second column, we are getting the remaining elements as 3 3 4 2, minus, we are taking the sign, important here. So the cofactor of minus 1 is, by eliminating the second row and the third column, because minus 1 lies in the second row and the third column. Therefore, the leaving those elements, we are having 3 minus 2 4 minus 3. Then after that, so now taking the next third column, plus we have to take cofactor of 4 then. Cofactor of 4. So cofactor of 4 is here, that is leaving the elements of the third row and the first column. So we have minus 2 3 1 minus 1, then minus. Now the cofactor of minus 3, the determinant of 3 3 2 1. So 3 3 2 minus 1. Next plus. Now determinant of cofactor of 2 is here 3 3 minus 2 2 1. So taking the transpose of this, we have written the cofactor matrix. Therefore, we have to take the transpose of this matrix. Now writing clearly, simplifying, taking the expansion of the determinant 1 into 2. So this is 2 minus 3, and minus of 4 plus 4, and plus, and minus 6 minus 4, and minus of minus 2 into 2 is minus 4 plus 9, because minus 3 into 3 is minus 9, minus of minus 9 will become plus 9. This is plus 6 minus 12, 3 into 2 6, minus 4 into 3 12, minus 9 plus 4 into minus 2 is plus 8. 10. This is minus 2 into minus 1. This is plus 2 and minus 3. So minus 2 into minus 1 is plus 2 minus 3. And this is minus of minus 3 minus 6. This is plus of 3 plus 4. Taking the transpose. Now writing, simplifying the form. 2 minus 3 is minus 1, minus 8, minus 10, minus 4 plus 9 is minus 5, 6 minus 12 is minus 6, minus 9 plus 8 is minus of minus 1. Okay. So this is 1. This is 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Minus 3 minus 6 is minus 9. Minus of minus 9 is plus 9. And this is 7. Taking the transpose of the matrix. Now writing the transpose of this. Now writing minus 1, minus 8, minus 10, minus 5, minus 6, 1, minus 1, 9, 7. So this is the adjoint of the matrix A. So now the inverse of the matrix is A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. So therefore 1 by determinant of A is minus 17 into writing the matrix minus 1, minus 5, minus 1, minus 8, minus 6, minus 9, minus 10, 1, 7. This is A inverse. Now solution that we know x is equal to A inverse into B. So therefore minus 1 by 17 into minus 1 by 17 into minus 1, minus 5, minus 1, minus 8, minus 6, 9, minus 10, 1, 7 into B is matrix of constants. It is 8, 1, 4. So that is minus 1 by 17 into, so taking the first rows and the columns, minus 1 into 8 is minus 8, minus 5 into 1 is minus 5, minus 1 into 4 is minus 4, minus 8 into 8 is minus 64, minus 6 into 1 is minus 6, 9 into 4 is 36, minus 10 into 8 is minus 80, and 1 into 1 is plus 1, plus 28. So that is equal to minus 1 by 17, minus 8, minus 5, minus 4, minus 17. This is minus 64, minus 6, and that is 70, minus 70 plus 36 will be minus 34, and minus 80 plus 1 plus 28 will be minus 51. So multiplying by minus 1 by 17, so this is equal to 1, 17 2 is 34, 17 3 is 51. So minus into minus will become plus. So that is x is x, y, z. So we are getting equating the corresponding elements by equality of matrices. We are getting this implies x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, z is equal to 3. This is how we get the values of x, y, z, that is the solution of equations. by matrix method. Now consider another problem. Solve the system of linear equations using matrix method. So the equations are 2x plus 3y plus 3z is equal to 5. Then x minus 2y plus z is equal to minus 4, and 3x minus y minus 2z is equal to 3. So taking the equations as now system of equation, the system of equation can be written as A equals 2, 3, 3. First equation is the coefficients of x, y, z. Second equation and the coefficients of x, y, z are 1, minus 2, 1, 3, minus 1, minus 2. Then x, matrix of constants x, y, z, and b is 5, minus 4, 3. Now we have to find out determinant of A. To find determinant of A, expanding this 2 into 4 plus 1 to expansion determinant of these elements. Minus 2 into minus 2 is plus 4, minus 1 into 1. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿಹ್ನೆಗಳು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಮೈನಸ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೈಸ್ ವರ್ಸ ಹೀಗಿದ್ದರೆ should be taken as plus here, minus of minus ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ. So here then minus 3 into taking the elements 1, 1, 3, minus 2, therefore minus 2, minus 3. Then plus 3 into determinant of 1, minus 2, 3, minus 1. So 1 into 1 minus 1 is minus 1 plus 6. So this is equal to 2 into 5 minus 3 into minus 5 plus 3 into minus 1 plus 6 is 5. That is 10 minus into 3, that is plus 15 plus 15. So 15, 15 plus 30 plus 10, 40 not equal to 0. So now since A not equal to 0, therefore conclude A inverse exists. To find A inverse, we have to find out adjoint of A. Adjoint of A is the transpose of the cofactor matrix. Write the cofactors of all the elements, that is plus determinant of cofactor of 2 is here minus 2, 1, minus 1, minus 2, because here 2 lies in the first row and the first column. Leaving those elements, we have to take the determinant of these elements. 2 minus 2, 1, 1 minus 1, minus 2, minus determinant of. So leaving the elements of the first row and the second column, we have 1, 1, 3, minus 2, then plus determinant of because cofactor of 3 leaving the elements of first row and the third column, the remaining determinant of the remaining elements is 1 minus 2 3 minus 1. Now after that minus determinant of the cofactor of 1 is here, so therefore that is leaving the elements of second row and the first column, the determinant of the remaining element is 3 3 minus 1 minus 2, and plus cofactor of minus 2 is here, leaving the elements of second row and the second column, so 2 3 3 minus 2, and minus determinant of cofactor of 1 is here, determinant of 2 3 3 minus 1. Then determinant of plus cofactor of 3 here, 3 3 minus 1 minus 2, cofactor of 3 3 3 minus, cofactor of 3 is 3 3 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 1, cofactor of 3 3, and this is minus determinant of cofactor of minus 1 is leaving the elements of third row and the second column, so we have 2 3 1 1, then plus leaving the elements of the third row and the third column, the remaining determinant of the remaining elements as 2 3 3 minus 1. So taking the transpose of this matrix. So now equal to expanding this. So this is expanding this, that is 2 minus 2 into minus 2, 4 minus of minus 1 is plus 1, minus 2 into minus 2, 4 minus of minus 1 plus 1, minus 1 into minus 2 is minus 2 minus 3, and plus 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, 3 into minus 2 is plus 6, and this is minus 3 into minus 2 is minus 6, minus 1 into 3 is plus 3, plus 2 into minus 2 is minus 4 minus 3, minus 2 into minus 1 is minus 2 minus 9. Then so 3 is minus 2 into, this is minus 2 actually, minus 2 into minus 3 plus 6 here, minus 2 minus 3 minus 3 plus 2 into minus minus 2 plus 9, taking the transpose of this matrix. Now 4 plus 1 is 5, so minus of minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5, minus of minus will be plus 5, so this is also plus 5, minus 6 plus 3 is minus 3, minus of minus 3 is 3, and minus 4 minus 3 is actually here, this will be actually, this is actually this matrix, plus 2 into minus 2 is minus 4, and 3 into 3 is minus 9, so there is some slight correction. So regarding this matrix, regarding this determinant, so just making a correction here. So here this is 2 into minus 2 is minus 4, 3 into 3 is minus 9. So therefore this is minus 4 minus 9 is minus 13, and this is minus 2 minus 9 minus 11. So minus of minus 11 is plus 11. This is 9. 2 minus 3 is minus 1, minus of minus 1 is plus 1, and minus 2 plus 9, 7, and this is plus 7. Transpose of this. So taking the rows into columns, we have 5, 5, 5, 3 minus 13, 11, 9, 1, 7. So now we are getting the adjoint of the matrix. Now let's take the solution is x is equal to A inverse into B, where A inverse is equal to adjoint of A 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. So that we can write A inverse as 1 by 40 into adjoint of A is 5, 3, 9, 5, minus 13, 1, 5, 11, 7. Now x is equal to A inverse B. X is equal to A inverse B gives, so that is 1 by 40 into 5, 3, 9, 5 minus 13, 1, 5, 11, 7 into matrix B as 5 minus 4, 3. This is the matrix of constants. So what we have in the problem? In the problem we have the constants as 5 minus 4, 3. So multiplying these two equations 1 by 40 keeping as it is, now multiplying these two matrix, first row and the first column, 5 into 5 is 25, 3 into 4 is plus 12 or minus 12, minus 12 and plus 27, 9 3 is 27, 5 into 5 25, minus 13 minus 4 is plus 52, plus 3 into 1 is 3, 5 into 5 is 25, minus 44, minus 21. So 1 by 40 into, this is 25 minus 12 plus 27 is 40, and this is 80. 25 minus 44 minus 21 is minus 40. So this is equal to multiplying all the elements by 1 by 40, 1, 2, minus 1. So here this is x is, so x, y, z. So equating the corresponding elements, we are getting x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, and z is equal to minus 1. This is how we can find the equation values of x, y, z using simultaneous linear equation. So ಈಗ ನಾವು x equals 1, y equals 2, z equals 1 ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ equations ಗೆ ನಾವು substitute ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ we are getting the required term. See, if you take here, so ಈ ಮೂರು equations ಗೆ ನಾವು substitute ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ x, y, z ಅನ್ನು we must get these constants 5, minus 4 and 3. So that we can verify it later after finding x, y, z, but we could not find x, y, z easily without the method, because this is one of the method. Using matrix method, there is another method that is called Cramer's rule, that is not included in our syllabus. So that's also very easy using the determinant concept. So here we did not deal with the inconsistent solution, that is when the system of linear equation have infinitely many solutions, that is not in the syllabus. So here we have taken only the system of equation having unique solutions. So these are the two sample problem I am taking, and let's take some of the other methods to solve the simultaneous linear equations using shortcuts that may be also good to answer some of the problems in the examination. This is most important part of the concept in determinants, asking for 5 marks in the annual examination. Let's take some of the shortcuts and on this method in the next video, and some of the sample problems and which I have left out in the earlier videos will be taking in the next video. So thank you.